CK going to go for a Drum of Endurance. He has picked up a bracer. I imagine it'll be a Drum of Endurance. He's not really here that you need just the HP alone from a bracer on. And the towers have been chipped away at, but just no towers have actually dropped for LGD, and they've got a very push-dependent lineup. They want to put on pressure before heroes like Lone Druid and CK get farmed. Both those two heroes have not actually died at all. CK 2-0 and 1. Lone Druid is now 1 and 0. They aren't all that farmed. They're both only on 35 creep kills, but still, that's going to be a concern for LGD that they're not really that far ahead.
This is true. That's 2k plus Radiant lead at the moment. Gold-wise, I'm just checking the experience chat as well. It's around about the same, 1500 experience ahead, and just coming to the fact that they have that extra couple of kills. And also, I think just also they're tapping the jungle as well for experience as well as money. As it looks like they get the blink in there though. There's the thunderclap. Gets slept though by XY. Ultimate for Queen of Pain. Nukes down the Enchantress. As it looks like Bane going to heal himself up with a brain sap there, but he tries to juke back and forth, messes it up there, walks straight back, and then Flame Breath going to clean him up. And I think somebody else just teleported. I think it was Chaos Knight actually teleporting out. No, it might have been Loader actually.
Lone Druid. Yeah, it was Loader just ran into the trees. Left his team to die. Right decision there. There was no coming back from that. The Panda Blink just engaged. It didn't even have ulti, just the Blink with the clap. It hit 3 heroes with that clap and really set things up. Zenith though, I mean, they're making up for it. Ice is free farming at top lane. They had HY at mid. HY is getting close to his mech. He's only about 50 gold away from him, in fact. And if they can get this T1 mid tower, it's Zenith who are going to start pulling away in terms of tower gold. And that's going to help heroes like Loader get up that relic. You're going to see CK getting up. Well, he's going to. Yeah, there we go. Drum of Endurance is coming, but after the Drum of Endurance, he'll probably turn that Helm of Ironwell into that armlet.
Should also mention that they did trade for that bottom tower as well, although Ice putting on a ton of pressure up top, going to keep pressuring this top tower, and it looks like Yao is going to go and meet him up there. Is there a bit of a clash here in the jungle? As it looks like there's a couple of 2v2, you know, 3v1. Ice, there is the Ice, well, the Chain Frost, way too much damage, actually going to bounce between the bears, not doing enough damage in the end though. I thought it was going to do a lot more, but he did actually split the bear, and the roots down on Double D, and a 4-second stun, the teleport out there, the Reality Rift not going to stop that. And he will manage to get away. Dragon Knight managing to escape. And good control there from Loader. Didn't panic. Managed to split himself and the Spirit Bearer up in time before Chain Frost could do a ridiculous amount of damage. Because it was just the two of them there for the moment. That would have done, what, 3 or 4 bounces to Loader himself. That would have been absolutely devastating. Even with the Bear Form, that would have crippled him. And likely allowed him to get taken out.
Lich is so much fun to play against Lone Druid. When you catch him out alone and he can't split between his bear and Spirit, his main hero and his Spirit Bear in time, he gets torn apart. Top river though, Ice is actually the one who picks up the DD rune, does a couple of big right clicks as Zhao 8, as he is going to back off, as Bane has actually seen some arcane boosts. The Tower Gold is really helping out Zenith at the moment. I mean, just their support's getting up an item or two, and we'll see them looking to just keep up the pressure, I think. Try and take that T1 bottom tower, and just keep the farm going to heroes, especially Loader, who is now well and truly caught up. I mean, he's pretty much on par. I mean, his CS-wise maybe not, but his actual gold, and he's got 2k gold. He should have that relic around the sort of 19-20 minute mark unless LGD really crack down on him, which right now they're not really in a position to do so. Up against Windrunner with a mech, Bane is pesky. His ultimate can really hurt, and the CK is just tanky. CK though, is he tanky enough? He's going to get initiated on the top. Queen of Pain even drops the ultimate magic wand. CK, how much HP does he have? He survived that for ages. The TP actually got cancelled by HY, but I think he actually could have saved the CK if he did go in there.
It was like 3 different TPs who cancelled. I think they figured, you know what, he's screwed, let's just push bottom and trade for towers, rather than teleporting in one by one, Lemming style, because obviously they get a delay on each port in. So I think they made the right choice there, because it would have been like 1v3 at a time. And it would have been tough to win that. Even if they didn't die, they would have been nuked down really hard and forced to back up. And then the next guy would come in and would be pretty much without any support. And there they go. They're going to trade for 2 towers. 1 for 2 and a CK kill. I think this is an okay decision. They will get that tower. They're actually going to move in. They get the shackle down. Perfect shackle from Windrunner. Power shot through on the Lich and the Shadow Demon. A clap on Loader though. Now the Brewmaster going to chase up. No, changes his target though. As it looks like Freedom does go down. And Enchantress way too squishy. The Dragon Tail there on top of Windrunner. Yeah, that is Windrunner. They're stunned down. She is going to pop Windrunner and then run for her life. The Bears about to finish up their ultimate and split back into one. And now Bane is sort of in trouble. Does manage to get the brain step down on Shadow and gets the kill there. Dragon Tail, a Flame Breath as well. And he's blocked in, boxed in, and gets taken out. So they got 2 towers, but traded a couple of kills for it. And at the moment,
Gold-wise, they'll come out on head, but gold-wise they come out on head because of the towers. They also get a lot of map control, but LGD get some big XP from those kills. They were behind on kills, they were behind on XP, and heroes like DK, Queen of Pain need those levels, so that's going to help them out a lot going into this mid game.
As I'm just watching in chat, she's so damn squishy. She's only just picked up the 2 gloves there, so she's got so little health. I can just see why Queen of Pain's bursting her down so freaking quick. Because it's literally, she gets hit by a Screaming ult, she's dead. She has that little health. And I think that's why she's going, well, crap, I better get some stuff. I mean, the question is whether or not she's going to get braces or just grab an urn from that. She's got the Soapmaster, it's definitely going to be an urn. See, Queen of Pain has picked up a point booster. Now, is she going to go for an item after this? Doesn't really need the BKB all that much. She could go for the items first, or she might just go hold on to the point booster and go for a sheep stick now. I kind of feel like it might almost be... I don't know if she has the time to farm the rest of the sheep stick is the issue. Just because Syllabear's going to start pushing before. He's almost got his relic up and running.
Yeah, the relic is going to be coming. Well, that relic's going to help out a lot for Zenith here. They can use that to just have the split push keep going. And it's basically LGD. They're going to be running out of time now to really control the game. And considering they've been behind, I mean, they're still behind in terms of gold. And this is kind of their opening, their window to control the game while Lone Druid does not have his relic and Radiance up. While DK, it can just push down towers, be a bit of a menace. He hasn't got his BKB as of yet, but the BKB up against the Fiend's Grip isn't going to be absolutely fantastic, and it's more just DK being tanky. He's got the backup from Brewmaster, who has the Blink Dagger, and the Lich ulti can always go flying in as well with the Queen of Pain AoE, but ultimately, it's going to be very hard for LGD to take this in the late game.
Indeed. As it looks like they're actually, Zenith, going to jump down to the bottom. I don't know what, I think they might... No, the tower's down. I have no idea what they're up to. I think they're just sort of covering Chaos Knight while he farms down here. Meanwhile, Dragon Knight has actually ducked into the jungle. He can start cleaning up in there. I see that Ode Club BKB is on the way, being built now. It's fair distance up though, and Lich, everybody actually just going to go, you know what, bit of downtime, let's farm. I'm getting a little bit worried about using mid when Bane could quite easily smoke gank them and take him out very, very quickly. See everybody, see all of the LGD trying to stay out of vision at the moment.
Oh yeah, they want to avoid something there at the moment. Well, they want to avoid getting spotted at the moment just so they can try and get that opening they're after. But right now, LGD, they're backed off. They're actually, DD is stacking these Ancients at the moment. He's already got 2 there, and maybe going to see DK pick up a second point in his ulti just to try to clear these out. Although with the right-click damage alone, they probably can do it. Actually, Brewmaster coming in does... Actually, no, they still get the stack there. So we will see this stack continuing here as LGD just farming things up at the moment. It looks like they just want to pick up those next core items. Queen of Pain's going for an Aghanim Scepter. It's going to be having a few mana issues with that build, though. We'll see if she does actually go for the Aghanim Scepter here, but the point booster suggests she will. DK getting close to the BKB. Still a bit of way to go, but he's just farming in the neutrals. Nice. I mean, LGD, they're being efficient with their time, but ultimately it's Zenith who are the ones who want to stall, who want this game to be drawn out and taken to late game.
Yeah, definitely. They feel like they can have an advantage in the late game, mostly because LGD's, the majority of their late game is going to lie in both the Dragon Knight, who doesn't have that great a late game, and Queen of Pain, who does require an inordinately large amount of farm to get it. But once she gets there, she hits hard. But the issue is, I don't know if she's had that much farm. 79 and 15, she's doing pretty good, but not that far.
DD's just spent the last like 4 or 5 minutes just stacking Ancients. And I mean, it's probably going to see DK maybe pick up ulti at level 12. Maybe not even level 12, just whenever he's ready to go take those down. I mean, he hasn't got massive DPS. He may even need someone like Brewmaster or the Lich Frost Armor to help him out, but still, it's just an investment that they can use later on in the game here. As it is going to be Zenith who have smoked up, looking to make something happen, trying to go for a pick-off in the jungle here. They're not going to find anyone at all, but this tier 2 tower at top could be taken down with relative ease here. And the Radiance with that tier 2 tower could be up for Loader, who does have the Relic on his Spirit Bear at the moment.
As it looks like, I think people are calling out the BKB against Vayne. I actually don't mind it too much. Otherwise, they could just hit him with him. They won't even need to waste a sleep or a grip on him. They could just hit him with Enfeeble if he doesn't have that BKB up, and then use the grip on something else. So he's always got to watch out for that, because Enfeeble means he'll have pretty much no DPS, which brings him. Which, if you're investing in damage to push your team, it's kind of pretty useless if you get Enfeebled.
BKB is still good. I mean, it's like you still get BKB when you're up against the Beastmaster or an Enigma. It's not. It's one spell that goes through. It's still going to help against the Shackle Shots, the Impetuses, the Bane, the Brain Stab. There's plenty of other spells that's going to help against the Chaos Knight stun initiations. You can just go in first with the BKB, and Bane can't really just get it off a big Fiend's Grip. I mean, there's disables that can come in from the Lich ultimate, the Shadow Demon Disruption. There's plenty of things they can do to deal with the Fiend's Grip. It's not like, I mean, it's not like Fiend's Grip is just something that can't be countered here, and Bane is not an all that common to pick because it is easy to deal with, easy to counter. So we'll see LGD still being fairly effective with this BKB on the DK, I feel, and I think he's just about finished it now. And what's he got? He's got the no, he's just got a Mith.trust hammer gold, so maybe still a bit of a way before that BKB will be up.
Yeah, especially since like Bane in this case has had no farm, so BKB is way off on the horizon. So anything can stop him there. The Shadow Demon can disrupt stuff. You can also have Brewmaster, of course, the massive brawler. If he's in the middle of the fight, well, you can pretty easily get rid of the grip. Just either cyclone him or smack him with a rock, and then Lich at a pinch, if necessary, can throw in the Chain Frost. So it's not like he's without tools, like you said.
Yeah.
I see a smoke there on the courier. Loader though, Radiant's done. Ready to cause some havoc, and right now LGD pushing in on the mid tower. Can they cause some damage here? Loader is not in position to defend. In fact, his bear is also very low on health. Does he have a pocket bear? He does have a bear in his pocket right now he can pull out if necessary. But the mid tower being pushed, Glyph gets popped to hold it off. The question is, will they engage this tower or will they let it fall? Looks like they are actually going to try and save it. They're moving in. HY moving up as it looks like they're going to try and move Enchantress around for the top. I think that might be a dodgy decision. Banish there on the DK. Gonna leave some illusions just to try and slow down the creep wave. In fact, it looks like LGD are just gonna pull out. Decide they don't want to go through with it.
I think they noticed the Radiance and decided it's gonna be hard to deal with that burn damage, and maybe they just want to back off. Try and find an opening to take out Roshan themselves before they go for that big push here. And sure, he's got the Radiance. I feel right now when he gets the Radiance, it's gonna get hard to push. So LGD just want to sit back, get some core items up, get the BKB for the DK first. They've got a 4-star buff on Shadow Demon. That's actually going to help a lot for a support hero. Queen of Pain has her Aghanim Scepter, but hasn't actually been brought out yet. So LGD weren't ready for a big engagement. They didn't have a couple of these key items. Well, they still won't have that BKB for about 500 gold on DK. So they're still going to sit back. They're still going to play this fairly safe, fairly conservatively. And just because the Lone Druid has his Radiance isn't going to be a game all end all. Chaos Knight, though, is getting pretty farmed. Does have his Armlet of Mordegon finished off here.
Oh boy, Armlet, that's going to make him hit like a truck, especially if he can drop those crits as well. And I'm interested to see what kind of damage the illusions can deal with it as well. I mean, I didn't really get to see a chance to see it all that much. He's doing about 350 crits at the moment, although that's with the Armlet disabled. And there's the ult there from Zhao 8. He's got the Aghanim, so that's not a particularly... Well, then again, it's only level 2, so it's 70 seconds. As long as they don't clash in the jungle right now, it should be okay, though, because he did drive the creep wave back quite a bit. And it looks like Zenith are just content to go and push mid instead. So maybe he won't need all that much unless they need to defend mid tower. So he may regret if they defend mid tower, or they could just be smoking for Roshan. There we go.
Yeah, and it looks like that is what they're going to go for. They can take this down with relative ease. I mean, the Lone Druid, you can tank it out. Chaos Knight as well. And they're going to get this in LG. Do not have a clue. Well, actually, no, they're picking it. They have got a clue. They don't know for sure. But they have got a very good idea. That's what they've guessed, and they're going to be there too late by the looks of things. Queen of Pain can get there in time, but can any of her teammates be there? She may just drop an ulti here. She has got an Aghanim Scepter, and there we go. It will go down. Scream spots it. Nope. Lone Druid picks up the Aegis, and Queen of Pain going to back off here. Does not want to get gripped and focused down. And we will see this bear just going in, being a bit of a nuisance here. Loader's not too worried because he's got that Aegis pick up.
Yeah, as the bear goes in, had he got a root proc there on Queen of Pain, she would have died. That would have actually been hilarious. Loaded there with that Aegis, going to be tough as nails now. Of course, the issue is, though, he will want to keep that bear in his pocket, because if he dies, of course, the bear goes with him. Actually, no, it doesn't. I lie. I forget. When he's got the Aegis, the bear doesn't actually go down. So, no, I'm telling great big fat dirty lies. So the bear battle cry there, just going to chew through this tower. Gets a ton of damage from that tower. In fact, you're going to try and harass that bear back. Shackle Shot goes down, doesn't latch to anything, though. And Winron actually taking some damage there from the tower. Not too much, though. And Dragon Knight still hasn't picked up his level. Wait, thought he might go for the level 2 ultimate just so he could take that ancient stack. It's the bear eating spells at the moment. Gets resummoned though, just keeping that money away from the Dragon Knight. And Pink actually porting in. Queen of Pain coming back to the fray.
Yeah, Queen of Pain has the access. We'll see what she wants to get next, whether she gets an item to help deal with her mana problems like a sheep stick, or maybe just gonna... I mean, BKB isn't really that needed for the Queen of Pain. There's just not enough lockdown to justify it. It's great on DK because he's always going to be in the front line. But Queen of Pain, I feel the Sheep Stick here would be slightly better option. And that will even help dealing with that Lone Druid to some extent as well. So we'll see LGD, what items they want to go for next. But right now, it's still Zenith, who are the ones leading, who are the ones in control. It's just a 3k gold lead, but still, That is something which is, I mean, it's LGD who have the stronger mid-game lineup, but they're not making use of it. And despite Lone Druid getting shut down really badly early game, he has come back, really caught up, and things not looking as good for LGD as they would have liked.
No, it really isn't. And they look like they're off to a decent start, especially since Zenith were all over the show. But Zenith got what they wanted in the end, managed to clean up some early towers, and they managed to come back quite nicely. So, going to the late game, I feel like LGD, they're going to be under the pump, but we're seeing games get turned around faster than this, so we'll see what goes down. LGD, even though they're probably feeling a little edgy about how the game's progressing, they're definitely still in this. It's not even a shutout at all at this point in time. It's still very close in my opinion. That's going to cause a fair amount of damage to this mid tower. The Shackle doesn't manage to do a whole lot. Good blink there from Yao, actually managing to redirect the Shackle away from a tree. The stun there on Windrunner. No deny. Queen of Pain dropping on just the Windrunner. And then blinking away, but there's the Chaos Knight, pops his armor, pops the illusions as well. Gonna try and take out this DK, or not actually gonna charge after the Lich as well. I hear Lone Druid gets a kill there on Brewmaster. Brewmaster buying back, Power Shot gonna go screaming through there. Queen of Pain gonna blink out as well as it looks like Lich on the run. Can we get anybody catch up there? Illusions are giving chase. Windrunner now getting stunned in the face. Will we see a Root Proc here? Chain Frost, there's the Panda ultimate. Disruption as well.
Massive Lich ulti. Tears apart some of these heroes, but I don't know if it's enough. Enchantress, the Impetus is going through some of these dire heroes, and LGD taking some big losses here. Zhao 8, Queen of Pain will go down as well. Loader drops because he's not in ulti form after respawning with the Aegis, and Sylar still right-clicking away. DK picking up kill after kill. He's in trouble. He's trading his X-Freedom. Enchantress, triple kill, does take out the DK, although it is Yao, the only man left standing with a triple kill as well. Triple kill to both Brewmaster and Enchantress. What an insane fight. Zenith get absolutely team wiped though, including the Aegis on Lone Druid. It is LGD who come out on top of that one, although it did cost them a Brewmaster buyback. They picked off the Brewmaster using the Fiend's Grip, and as a result he bought back, but he came back with an ulti and won the fight for LGD.
Oh yeah, thanks God by the way, jumping in there. My throat is trying to kill me here in the middle of this team fight. But yeah, Brewmaster looks like he's building, I assume that Ogre Club is being built towards an Arcanum Scepter, although I was kind of expecting a point booster instead there.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, it could be a BKB, but I don't know about that. And the other alternative is a Heaven's Halberd. Heaven's Halberd isn't that bad against Chaos Knight and Lone Druid. Not so much the Heaven's the disarm effect, but just the evasion on its own. I mean, Heaven's Halberd, it tanks you up and it gives you evasion. I don't know if it stacks with the Drunken Brawler though, which is my main concern. So if it doesn't, then well, you shouldn't be getting Heaven's Halberd.
If memory serves me correctly, normally evasion doesn't stack, and it's Void. The only reason Void that he gets the butterfly is because it's sort of a heal mechanic almost. So
yes, it's. His little passive is not, well, one of his passives, whatever. The thingy-majigger. Yeah. The block, the damage block. I can't even think straight. Take over Triumph. I'm going to shut up for the next 2 minutes.
It's the rewind.
Is it time lapse?
No, it's the rewind.
I was about to say time lapse, but that's the Weaver ulti.
Yeah, sorry. I'm pretty sure it's rewind or backtrack. One of those two. I know.
Backtrack. That's the one. Backtrack it is.
Yeah, something like that.
Shut up.
That's all right. I just choked in the middle of a team fight there. I literally choked on my own spit. It was wonderful. Just giving you that beautiful mental image there. But here we go, another pause. I know you guys are all psyched for these. Absolutely psyched for these pauses. What is actually happening this time? Well, they're saying go now anyway, so not a long pause. Shadow Team currently 900 gold. Just going to look at the overall gold chart. After that team fight, that would have been a big swing. And actually, LGD bringing that back quite a bit, but it has jumped slightly back in the Radiant's favour. But LGD definitely making a little bit of a headway there. And it looks like, experience-wise, oh, I can't really see that because of the pause, but it looks like it's in the dire favour for a change. That team fight, well, I suppose that team fight really would have swung, especially Brewmaster soaking that up massively. Of course, the buyback was forced, but at this point in time, I think it is going to be an argument. Okay, thank God. I was going to say BKB, no way, why? Why, yeah, why? But it is going to be an argument here. He has picked up the point booster. And that makes way more sense to us. And it looks like they're getting ready to stack again and then maybe take it. There are a lot of guys hanging around, so Lich may be getting ready or not. He's just going to go and kill this creep because he can. They get the stack off. Now, will they go for it? DK has got level 2, so yeah, they will go for it now. There we go, level 2. Going to give him the Ice Armor in a second as well, one would assume. There, we're giving him the Ice Armor, and it looks like he can do enough damage here. Nice and easy. In fact, he's got the Hyperstone now. So he can clean it easy.
Clearing through that one. no problem at all for him, and that's a lot of farm. Some decent gold as well as XP. He's almost got level 16 now as a result. Also gave some XP to some of those support heroes, as we will see Lich almost getting a level 2 ulti. Shadow Demon up to level 10. Shadow Demon, wow, only level 1 Soul Catcher. I do not like this build. He's got 2 or 3 points in stats, but he's only got level 1 Soul Catcher, and I have to say, I don't like this at all. I don't think it's a very good build. I mean, when you're up against tanky heroes like Lone Druid and Chaos Knight, you want to level up that Soul Catcher as much as possible. I mean, leveling up, the mana cost duration stay the same. You just get additional damage. There's no reason not to. I mean, the stats aren't really going to give a massive boost to DD compared to the Soul Catcher.
So there we go. They are going to charge him, but I definitely agree that I really would have liked to see the Soul Catcher because he does a ridiculous amount of damage. But I guess he decided in the early game he was just struggling a little bit, I suppose. Maybe misclicks, who knows. Looks like Dragon Knight, though, just going to... What's he up to? He's up to 133 CS at the moment. We're just going to check the Lone Druid. 160. Lone Druid actually built a Hood of Defiance here. And I guess he's going to get the team of Pipe as well. He's just going to tank up as much again. I don't mind that buy, actually, because they are up against Queen of Pain, Lich as well. It is really going to help him out. And of course, he just wants to manage to sustain himself in these fights. If he can stay alive, they may be able to out-attrition them, especially if the Chaos Knight is just going to be smashing them. And there we go. BKB recipe on the Chaos Knight. He's about 1,400 gold away from finishing things up.
Yeah, once you've got the Radiance on the Lone Druid, it's a perfect hero to get Pipe on. I mean, generally you think, oh, I'll go for Assault Crest next, but Pipe in most situations is better if you need a Pipe and don't have someone else to buy it. And Lone Druid, he's not really a DPS hero himself. The Radiance, the Spirit Band does. The Radiance does give him some burn damage, but it's Chaos Knight who wants to get the big items up. He's going for the BKB, and the Pipe is going to give him the survivability they need. And there's no one else who'd really go for it apart from Windrunner, but Windrunner actually has some late game potential with her ranged attack, with the kiting factor coming in. So you want Windrunner to get up a sheep pick if possible. As there we go. Engagement mid. BKB coming up from Sylar. He's level 16. The Ice Dragon is there. Lich ulti pop. Here we go. Pipe just arriving in time for Loader, but still, Ice going to go down by looks like Defensive Nightmare. Trying to keep him alive. Ice, he will drop. It is enough damage, and now Sylar in a bit of trouble. He does get entangled. The BKB is gone. He's right-clicking away on Loader. He gets entangled again. The impeduses, the right-click damage. He's going to go down. DK has dropped, and now Queen of Pain on the run. Zenith, despite losing CK, have powered through, have come out on top of that team fight.
And I've got to say, a lot of people forget you can actually use the Nightmare, the Sleep, to actually dodge damage. A great defensive Nightmare. And it looked like CK was like one hit away from death. He got hit by the Nightmare, then they took it off him as soon as it dodged the damage. He healed himself up. Unfortunately, he still got cleaned up, but it just made LGD just have to stretch a little bit further to bring him down. And in the end, Zenith managing to edge him out the fight. Fantastic work from the Pipe, of course, arriving in the nick of time, but it looks like they're going to press up here. Might be able to cause a bit of damage. Actually, no, they're not. They're just going to run the Baron there to annoy them and then teleport straight back out. It looks like their plan is to take down this top tier tower, the top tier 2 tower, as it is relatively low. It's going to be an easy pick off there. I don't think LGD might actually bother to defend it. Here we go. They decided it is worth their while. No, they're not going to get there in time. Not a chance. That Baron's going to eat it for breakfast.
Yeah, DK's still dead, and a lot of ultis on. I mean, Brewmaster Lich, no ultis at all. DK has ultis on cooldown for 20 seconds, even though he's back, so it's going to be LGD. Just looking to hold out, stall for a bit longer, and try look for a better team fight than that one. Maybe even stall so that they can get a few more big items up, like the Aghanim Scepter on Brewmaster, and the Sheepstick that is going to be coming on the Queen of Pain. Right now, they're not looking fantastic. DK getting close to an Assault Cuirass here, but it is Zenith who are the ones in control. Loader's got another 2.3k gold. May just pick up a Vlad's now, or start building the Assault Cuirass. One of those 2 items for his team. Windrunner, 3k gold, and Chaos Knight. Still no BKB, but will be coming very, very soon.
It looks like they're about to try and gank Chaos Knight, although he suspects something's up. He might have actually caught wind of them there, and he will just speed off with that haste. And probably go back to farming their neutrals or something else. Meanwhile, the Bane is really deep in it. For how squishy he is, he's very deep in enemy territory. Maybe he's just hoping he can... If he gets attacked, he's hoping maybe he can Nightmare them and run away. He's relatively annoying like that. Beast Brewmaster, I'm not sure where he's going. Just going to farm, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I think it's just one of those things where they don't really want to have a big team fight engagement. Oh, Brewmaster's one thing is ulti. Oh, it's going to come back up now, so they can, in fact, team fight, but... For the most part, it's not going to be their #1 priority when they are behind. And Brewmaster's still only level 2 ultimate, wants to have that level 3 ultimate. Those Fire Panda, the Fire Panda especially, is really squishy and get nuked down. And just the Primal Split in general, with the right-click damage from CK and Lone Druid, they can easily kill those spirits. And now Roshan back up. That's going to be what both teams have their eye on and really trying to make sure that they can control and prevent the other from getting. But it's Zenith with the team fight advantage who seem to look like they may be able to take it. Here we go. Can LGD make something happen? They are heading down the mid lane, looking to make sure they're in a position where they can prevent Zenith from taking Roshan.
And so Bane has also picked up a Staff of Wizardry. I assume that's going to be turned into a 4-staff, just to give him a pseudo-escape mechanism, and just to help him, well, help his team out in the middle of these fights as well. It's a great little utility item. Never underestimate the power of a few 4-staffs on the team, especially up against something like... It just helps keep stuff away from the Brewmaster as well. Although it looks like they are just going to double jungle again for a little bit. And they're not interested in taking the Roshan just yet, which is fair enough. I think that's actually... I'm pretty sure that's Enchantress's creep whirlwind, and they're just using it to... In fact, they used it to scout the Roshan pit to make sure nothing was going on there. Where the hell is that creep anyway? There it is. Like, Brewmaster decided he was going to go and kill it. Guys, I don't know. This game seems to be gradually slipping away from LGD. I just don't know if I can get back in this. You see there, look at that spike back up in Zenith's favor. 4k lead now. It was down to 1k difference, and it's back up to 4k.
I mean, you can talk about what items LGD are going to have with the Sheepstick coming on Queen of Pain, Brewmaster getting close to level 16, but it's really Zenith who are just having much greater progression with their items. I mean, we're going to see Loader picking up his Assault Cuirass soon. We've got the Sheepstick coming on the Windrunner. There's just a much bigger item lead over on the Radiant side for Zenith. I mean, the BKB is now finished on Chaos Knight, and things are just very, very difficult for LGD to win these team fights, and I mean, especially the Brewmaster. He's just not going to have a huge impact on these team fights as we get later and later into the game.
No, definitely not. It's just it. With the Panda, like you said, the Panda's just too easy to kill in the late game. At the very least, he's got it now before later. Like, he's finished up in sort of okay time. Definitely would have. I think he would have wanted about the 30-minute mark, that Argonins, but it could be a lot worse. It could definitely be a lot worse. Meanwhile, though, there is, a smoke attack here from Zenith. They are going to come in from behind. This is going to catch LGD completely off guard. There we go. They get the stun down, though, on XY. The glyph, actually, no. That is the, the pipe gets popped there. That's Chainfrost doing a lot of damage, bouncing amongst these Radiant heroes, doing so much damage to Loader. Loader apparently getting caught out here, will get taken out. It looks like that surprise attack has been turned around completely. Ice going to try and finish off Xiao. Xiao actually getting 4-star forward, trying to drop another attack into him, and they bring him down. Lone Druid buying back. And that smoke attack, it was the heroes in the tree, the Dragon Knight that they couldn't see, bouncing off their smoke, and then they got attacked so swiftly, and now they're going to get... They got counterattacked so swiftly before they were ready for it, and now the Roshan is getting cleaned up as well.
For me, I mean, when you go for those smokes from behind, you're looking to pick off the squishy heroes as supports, but they ran into DK first. DK, I mean, that was, I have to say, that was lucky for LGD. That was DK who soaked up the... Well, he didn't even soak up any damage because he got off a stun and popped the BKB before anything too bad happened. HY goes for the Roshan steal. Not going to work out. HY gets the kill on Roshan, but the Aegis is taken by the DK. The Aegis is the main thing that matters. They're not going to worry too much about the Roshan kill. It does give a bit of gold to Zenith, but...
They lost the bear too.
Yeah, that is not the trade they want to make. Windrunner is now dead, does have buyback, but they can force that buyback out, and that kind of negates any gold they got from the Roshan, as it maybe we'll see them marching towards mid lane, although with all these ultimates on cooldown, I don't think they really can.
I don't know if they go in about 40 seconds. I think they could go. The bear will still be on cooldown for another good 20 or so. They could try and make something happen, and the main thing is Lone Druid doesn't have his Radiance right now. This is probably really annoying him. Because he could be farming 2 lanes at once, right? Really accelerating. In fact, it looks like they are thinking... No, they've changed their minds. Never mind. Or have they?
They're grouping up towards mid lane. DK's about to have his ulti. Brewmaster just 30 seconds, so... by the time the Brewmaster ulti is up, there will be another Spirit Bear, but it's one of those things, well, that Spirit Bear, if he summons it and it can get focused down first in these team fights, or at least focused down before a team fight even begins, well, there you go. No bear for another minute or so. And that's going to really hurt Loader if he does see that getting picked off. He's going to have to be very careful with it. Maybe even put the Radiance on his own hero if it's about to go down, or if he wants to use it to stall this push.
As it looks like they're thinking, maybe they're just looking for a gank here. They're hoping for a gank, and like that, going back to that smoke gank, that's where something like Beastmaster is so damn amazing, because you can scout it out before you go in. There's a smoke gank, although they're just going to dive in the Hex. 4-star away, blink in, Thunderclap, and he gets slept. Will they go on Yao? I don't think so. This is going to 4-star him away, in fact, for good measure, and this is where the 4-stars come in. They are so damn effective in this stage of the game, and I think they're worried about a counter push here on the bottom lane. They will actually break off, and Loader will have time to resummon that bear. There we go. It's already resummoned right now. Good 100 seconds on the cooldown though before he has a spare one in the pocket. The Spirit Bear though has picked up a Hyperstone. Should also mention, did we call the fact that DK has finished up the Assault Curious now?
I don't think we did, but yeah, he seems to have had it for quite a while because he's got 2k gold on top of that. So he's going to have another big item as well, coming fairly soon to fold up. We'll see whether or not he wants to go for a DPS item or just go for survivability, which would probably be a heart. If he wants DPS, we've seen the crit DKs every now and then. Even an MKB is possible. You can get the True Strike to hurt the win run, even during win run, and as well as just giving some nice DPS as well from the MKB. Maelstrom into the Mjolnir has been the other popular build. So DK, you know, he picks up the crit. He's not even going to save gold. He picks up a Crystallis here. So he's really going all out DPS at the moment. And it's the right time to do it. He's got the Aegis. He's got a BKB. He's got plenty of survivability, not to mention the Frost Armor on top of all that.
Oh man, splash crits, those really, really sting. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of damage he can do with that, as it looks like Loader, what has he got in the band now? He's got about 1200 saved up, so he's a fair distance off finishing that. And it looks like LGD, they're ready to put some pressure on it. LGD gradually bring this back, the gold graph back towards their side. It is still an advantage to Zenith, but at the same time, LGD, they're coming back with a storm, and that's just been the last couple of team fights has really helped them out so far. You see that Xylar at the moment carrying his team nicely, and also Yao, 4-1 and 10, has really been a dominant force so far in this game. Windrunner though, trying to hold this off with power shots. The question is, can Yao get in there with a good initiation? Because the main thing is they can set DK up here. He's going to do a ton of damage. In fact, DK is actually going to go in first. Gets hit by the Enfeeble. I think he's going to defensive disruption. He now has been hit by the Enfeeble. May actually pop the BKB in a second as well. And Enchantress is actually going to steal one of those illusions to annoy DK. And look how tanky that is. He couldn't even cleave that down that quickly. Again, more power shots.
And this is going to be hard to defend now. DK in the front line with an Aegis, with the Crystallis. He's the one just going to be right-clicking away. Oh, that Shackle Shot somehow lines up. Defensive disruption, and that's DK illusions. They hurt as well. You can put those on the tower, and Xylar gets entangled. He's going to lose the Aegis as well as his ulti form if he's not careful here. Does get away, 300 HP, and I think they're just going to back off here. Save the Aegis, although here we go. The chase is on, and DDC may have to pay the price. Spirit Bear caught out. Lone Druid can resummon it, though, and he's going to get forced to do so. Man, that Spirit Bear is so squishy.
Yeah, it's not so much the auto attacks, it's just the nukes are really stinging. I'm just checking what Queen of Pain has now. She has that Hex stun, oh boy. That is, she had that last one, I forgot she blinked in and then hexed somebody. So yeah, she is going to cause a ton of trouble with that. If she can get, well, if she can pick up a damage item now, she's really going to cause some, even a BKB at the moment, just because she's got decent attack damage. Just the fact if she also gets hit by that Enfeeble, it's pretty annoying. Even just getting hit by a Nightmare in the middle of the fight, also incredibly frustrating.
I don't think Enfeeble's going to have too much of it. I mean, Bane's even left. Oh, he's only got level 1 Enfeeble for one thing.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
then.
and it's just not, I mean, it's one of those skills, in theory, it's great, but it's just so hard to actually land it and cast it in these team fights because of Bane being so squishy. You don't really want to run in. You just want to sit back and wait for the defensive Nightmare as well as the Fiend's Grip on a hero who maybe pops BKB, or on the Queen of Pain who is so hard to lock down and kill. So I don't think we'll see too much Enfeeble use, and mostly because it is just level 1 at the moment. XY is pretty underleveled. Enchantress as well, another hero on the Radiant side who's not going to be that effective going into the late game. Aghanim Scepter is up, but just level 12 and just quite squishy to the non-stop nukes and the right-click damage of the DK. It's really... Sure, Zenith, I mean, had a great start and a great mid-game with the Lone Druid and the CK, but late game, their supports are nowhere near as useful as you look at heroes like Lich and Shadow Demon. One thing, they both have useful items. These 4 staffs are so effective in the late game scenario, and just Frost Armor, Chain Frost, and the defensive disruptions are just so powerful and hard to deal with.
There we go, they're going to go up to this tower again. Another Shackle there, defensive disruption once again. They're making such good use of this from Double D there. They're going to get this tower as well. Actually, there goes the glyph. They might actually just go to deny even. And there we go. Quickly denied. They're going to do that for them, but they've got the tower down. This is going to get LGD just a relentless grind, gradually working their way up this ramp. And once they get up there, they're just going to beat down on this rack. It's got about, how long is left on that? Doesn't actually tell me, but I think they've got about 20-30 seconds left on that ultimate form. And once that goes down, the Hex goes down to Shower. Who's got that Hex? Is it Windrunner? She has picked the Hex. There goes the Thunderclap from the Brewmaster. Primal Split, the ultimate for Queen of Pain, doing so much damage to the Enchantress. She's healing up though. Chain Frost is in the mix, doing a lot of damage there to the Windrunner. The Radiant team taking tons of damage from that. Or not actually, because the pipe is blocking most of it. The Bear still in the mix. It looks like Dragonite being forced away. Reality Rift, there is the Ragus being popped as well. The Bears trying to run the Panda in some trouble. The Primal Split's still got a fair amount of time left. It looks like the Dragonite may actually cleaned up. Actually, can force stuff out of trouble. Queen of Pain still in the mix. Reality Rift. They don't get the stun down in time. She will get away. The Hex is up though. And the counter-attack here from Zenith. They're charging in a Hex down double. They may need to leave him. Let him go. The Scream goes in. A lot of damage to Shackle. They're pinning down both supports. Although down goes Window. She's out of the mix. The Sleep on top of Scylla. The ultimate game for Queen of Pain. This is a really low Chaos Knight. Impetus though. They may actually get the kill. She screams before she gets stunned. Queen of Pain is down, but so is the Chaos Knight. Buyback there. Lone Druid was killed as well. Buyback from who? Queen of Pain buying back.
And this is do or die now for Zenith. They're down 1-0 in this last best of 3. They've got to find some way to defend this, or it is going to be LGD, your GDM champions. Then Brax is going to go down. Scylla, he's lost the Aegis, but he's still right-clicking away. LGD going to rotate top. No Lone Druid, no Chaos Knight, no Winner. It's only the 2 support heroes alive. This is going to be a double Brax by the looks of things at least. And Zenith, they're going to fight this out. This is their last lifeline in the tournament. But with 4 Braxes down, it's going to be such an uphill battle now.
Yeah, this is going to get swept out quite easily. In fact, they could even go. The Syllabear is going to be down. In fact, the Dragonite ulti is up for quite some time. Queen of Pain's ult's already back. They could sweep for the bottom racks as well. There's a disruption on the Dragonite just to give them more firepower. And I think, there we go, LGD playing it safe, say, let's not overextend, let's just get out. In fact, because their top racks, or the top lane is being pushed, although now with the upgraded creeps, this should be enough to push it back naturally. And Gods, I think this is smart from LGD. They go, let's not get greedy. It's not about how we win now. It's how we don't lose the match, because they have such an advantage. And to be dead honest, I cannot. Zenith are going to need one hell of a Hail Mary to bring this match back.
Yeah, and this is going to be very hard for Zenith. Not to mention Roshan as well is going to be respawning in about 1 or 2 minutes time. And with that, I mean, basically Cheese and Aegis on the dire side is going to allow them to be so aggressive and take chances. I mean, they're not even really chances when you've got Cheese and Aegis. Maybe even see some buybacks in there as well. Zenith really, like you say, Hail Mary time. They've got to go mid. They've got to make sure that Aegis and Cheese is not picked up by LGD. In fact, they can maybe go Roshan themselves if they really want to. They need to keep pushing out this mid lane here and look for some pickoffs, look for an opening, because right now it's just not happening for them, and it's going to be such a difficult fight from here on out. And they are smoked. They're going to check out the Roshan pit. Do they know that? No, they're not going to go in. They're not worried about it just yet, but they are going to try and catch out a hero towards the middle lane.
Remember this smoke gank up mid. It picked up the Queen of Pain against Orange, and this is what won them that last match. That was the Ursa game that they played. If they could pull this off again, although Queen of Pain, no buyback, but the issue is Dragon Knight. Plenty of money for buyback, and it's off cooldown. Do they have any extras? Lich might be able to also. There we go, they're going to jump in here. Here's the Hail Mary pass. Can they manage to land it? The Scream goes in, the Sonic Wave as well. Shane Frost bouncing amongst them. The Bear is down. Scylla Bear has lost his Bear. Bane is already dead. Chaos Knight is already dead. Loader is down. GG is called. And that is game, set, match. Here are your Asian champions, LGD, China. Too strong. They stand supreme. Gods, what a hell of a tournament.
Oh man, that was a long 3 months, and wow, Zenith have put up a great fight. They trooped on through the loser bracket. They waited around for LGD. So they were so professional, such great sportsmanship from those guys, but LGD proving to be a true fantastic force in the Asian Dota scene. They looked shaky. They were down 2-0. They lost a quick 2-0 to Zenith. Zenith won those first 2 games fairly convincingly, but after the wait, LGD regrouped and came back, all cylinders firing, and are going to be your GDM champions. What a fantastic way to end things off.
And also, shout out to Zenith, they did wait 2 extra hours for these matches to go through. In fact, so far, LGD have also acknowledged this, giving Zenith a big shout out there. So great sportsmanship from them, and I cannot wait to see these teams meet up once again in the International 2. That is going to be a hell of a LAN tournament, I'm going to say. Also, for anybody about to say, but pings, keep in mind that the pings were pretty much the same. There was only about 30-40 MS in between it, so very, very small advantage either way. So guys, thanks for watching. This has been the Gigabyte Dota Masters. I hope you've enjoyed it. I have definitely. This has been a hell of a lot of fun, but LGD in the end, whoa boy, $3,000 for them. We think it's 3,000 USD. It could be 3,000 pesos for all we know, but we assume it's 3,000 pesos. But, you know, if they don't go home with nothing, they have got $1,250 as well. And if before anybody says, but that's chips, well, I dare you to go and host a tournament with that much up for grabs, even as a total prize pool, not even just second place. But guys, thanks for watching. I've enjoyed casting on the Beyond the Summit channel. I guess it's back to DotaCast for me for now. But until then, guys, well, I guess we'll find out what we're going to plan next.
Oh yeah, well we've got plenty of stuff for this channel planned for the future, although nothing really concrete at the moment. You may see something announced in the next week, as I hinted earlier, but right now, big thanks firstly to our sponsors, which is going to be Gigabyte as well as Twitch TV, who have made this event possible, have made this event absolutely freaking awesome. To you guys in the chat, to you viewers who have been there day in, day out, and then to everyone who has helped organize it. Tusky, the admin, he's been there day in and day out. And then finally, TriumphOfMan, to you. You've been here like every match, like every now and then. Like I went to Taiwan, I was like, TriumphOfMan, I'm going to be away, you can come to some matches. You're like, okay, no problem, I'll do it alone. And Triumph, you have made this GDM absolutely fantastic, so a big thanks to you.
Thank you. I feel good now. I feel good, also incredibly sleepy, but yet hyped up. I've had way too much Rockstar tonight. I've had 5
it is that time of night. Man.